anchors the serve receive that first contact.
Texas A&M has already played in this building. They lost their opener to Louisville in 4 sets on Friday. This is SMU's season opener, our first look at the Mustangs. And Gabby Placide on the serve. Gabby Rodriguez, the libero, takes it to set up Natalie Ring, the Marquette transfer. Hannah Beaufort, the freshman setter, going to the outside with Suli Davis.
One of the things Sam Erger told us yesterday is we need to attack from the service line. We want medium passes so they can't run their offense, and they were successful on that first serve.
And Mary, she also told us that Stowers' status was going to impact their serving.
Yes, and that if Stowers was playing, they were going to serve more aggressively. It'll be interesting as this match goes along how Rodriguez might change that based on how many balls she passes well.
The swing and the kill from Taryn Morris, who had a breakout party on Friday. Well, for Sam Erger, they made some history last year. It was a historic season for the Mustangs, their very first regional semifinal, round of 16. She's reached 3 tournaments with SMU in her 5th season now and sitting at 100 career wins as a head coach. Victoria Harris steps in to take that ball. Suli Davis tries to turn it down the line. Rodriguez bump setting Ring, trying to tool the block, but SMU coming out with the stuff.
Natalia Newsom back in the lineup after leaving last season with a back injury. She worked hard to get healthy, and she's a high flyer, fun one to watch for SMU.
Victoria Harris, the libero. Lily Nicholson throwing it up to Natalie Ring and gets the back line. It's a point for Texas A&M. Now, Jamie Morrison had quite the rebuild after bringing Texas A&M its first national championship last year. You lose those 9 players, and you had to flip this roster, and man, he's brought in some really talented pieces. In the middle, hello to favor on Yanwu.
Usually during a volleyball match, you don't want to serve the bro, and that was directly at the platform of Victoria Harris for SMU, and she delivered a perfect pass. You want to make those passers move.
Here's the freshman, Elle Vandeweghe. Rodriguez will step over and take it. Natalie Ring tooling the block, point A&M.
I dare you to try and get Holly to watch anybody other than Rodriguez. She is so fun to watch, but how aggressive she was on that pass. We're going to see this all night.
I think we're obsessed with Gabby Rodriguez.
Might be a little.
We got to talk to her yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Back row to Vandeweghe, and it's long, a point for the Aggies. This is a big new piece right here. Serving for Texas A&M, Natalie Ring, who tore it up at Marquette, and now she's an Aggie. And serving to Harris, who's just handling it, and Hannah Beaufort sends it over. Well, Texas A&M, the biggest question this season, what would the reigning champions look like? And they've added some key pieces into the mix.
Well, their first match just 2 nights ago, Kaya Castle, Natalie Ring, Eliza Sharp, huge impact offensively to lead the team, and Nicholson ran the offense, at least part of it.
Here's Suli Davis. Rodriguez takes it. Kira Musgrove with the set to Natalie Ring in the back row. Harris tracking it. Free ball back to the Aggies. Musgrove out feeding Megan Fitch, who's stepping in for Kendall Stowers.
The offense this year for Texas A&M looks so different. We're seeing lots of go balls and slides and bicks. We didn't see that last year, so it looks completely different. This team is writing their own story.
And they had to look different, right? Because look at everything they lost from last season with those 9 players from that championship team. Beaufort going to Yanwu behind her. Readjusting as Fitch. Dug up by Harris. Outside to Gabby Placide, gets a touch. And I think one of the biggest pieces for Texas A&M was the fact that they lost their setter in Maddie Walk, who had been such a veteran for them. So, Mary, this system looks a little bit different for Texas A&M because they're using a couple of setters.
It is a different system. Coach Morrison has called it a 5-2, and meaning there are two different setters. It's taking two setters to replace Maddie Walk.
And Texas A&M can't get that one over. And all right, so, Mary, why are they doing this? What advantage does it give them?
Well, I think it accentuates the strengths of both setters. Musgrove is left-handed, and she's taller. So having her front row to block, that makes a lot of sense. Nicholson, this is a baller. I love watching her. She's got a lot of experience, but having played two different schools, great to have her in the back row.
Plus, I think Nicholson adds defense and speed, tracking down balls to keep them in system.
Well, Kaya Castle just got a block. She's one of those transfers, too, that Texas A&M has added from Ohio State.
You know, when you lose your big-time point scorer attacking, you got to find other points. And for a coach, first thing you're going to be talking about is the serve blocking.
A&M up by a point, going to 25. Sully Davis comes in soaring for SMU.
SMU got out of trouble. That pass was well behind the 3-meter line, but able to get a kill. And that's something that we're going to watch as this match progresses. Who's going to win that serve and pass game?
When you talk about new faces, Sully Davis, one of the biggest transfers from last year, the Big 12 Player of the Year at BYU, into the transfer portal, coming back home to the Dallas area to play at SMU. Beaufort jump setting Placide, and she found a way to get that ball down.
That's a veteran move by Placide. I mean, the timing was a little bit off, and you're going to see that early in the season. But instead of taking what we call a bad swing on a less than perfect set, she managed it. And not only did she manage it, she got a kill. That's a veteran.
Bench gets it up in the air for Taryn Morris. Beaufort on the run, setting Sully Davis out of the back row. Gabby Rodriguez using her hands to set up Fitch, who's swinging on the right side in this rotation. Placide. Davis to Placide. Power tip. Nicholson saving it with one arm. Coming over. Just long.
Loving the defensive effort on both sides, trying to get good swings in transition. When we watched SMU practice yesterday, Sam Erger was encouraging Hannah Beaufort to make the right decision in terms of setting, and there were some interesting decisions in that last rally. You want to choose the best option to score.
Right now, Hannah Beaufort, their freshman setter, is just bombing her serve. Here she is running her middle, and that's a big change for SMU. While it's a change for A&M, they're using two. SMU, one setter, but it's a freshman in Hannah Beaufort.
Hannah Beaufort's extremely athletic. We see her serve. She can feed the ball, and Newsome, beautiful kill out of the middle. SMU wants to get their middles involved because they're so dynamic.
I think that's a great start for SMU with the freshman setter. You have to remember that they're following seniors in the setting position.
So we are not going low seam. We can swing for edges. We can swing to tool. We can put it on the outside hitter. They are in a rotation. We can put it all down the 6 lane. Here we go.
So what Coach Sam Erger was talking about in terms of the serving, trying to create a medium pass, not a perfect pass, and then being able to take advantage of it. It'll be fun to watch her through this match. Sam was a setter in college, and she's working with a young setter. I would anticipate more communication between her and Beaufort than you would have seen a year ago when she had a veteran setter.
Definitely, and we saw before the match, Sam Erger go up to her freshman setter, put her arm around her, just encourage her, give her that confidence to run this offense.
Right now, her freshman setter is serving. This was that moment pre-match with Sam Erger and her setter, Hannah Beaufort.
Remember, the slide is in system. We're not setting that if things are weird. I do want to use it if we can be in system. Okay, but I don't want to set it if we're mediating out of the system. Okay.
So you're just giving her some reminders before the match.
Reminders and confidence, and that's what Hannah Beaufort needs as in this big opportunity, and Sam Erger's going to give that to her.
A lot different from last year when they had the veteran Avery Carlson as their setter. Sam Erger told us she could let Avery run the show. Natalie Ring back in the front row, and Victoria Harris giving it all. But a big change for SMU, Mads, with Hannah Beaufort.
But Coach said she's really excited to be an integral part of this journey for her. She said she wants to mold her and be a part of every single play. She said she's the most agile setter she's ever coached, with moving back and forward. Decision-making is the next piece, but this year she said they'll be very connected.
And decision-making is the most difficult piece, truth be told.
Sully Davis trying to power tip it down the line, and I think hit the antenna or went outside of it.
Gabby Rodriguez attacked from the service line. We saw her the other night get a couple aces.
We're going to blame that one on Holly.
The jinx.
Gabby Rodriguez the other night. How does one match impact the scouting report, Mary, on a freshman bro?
Well, typically, you may see the scouting report say, keep the ball off the bro, but not often on a freshman after her very first collegiate match.
I'd say 18 digs would do the trick.
SMU is serving away from Gabby Rodriguez.
What was your favorite thing, Holly?
The mindset, the confidence that Gabby Rodriguez has on the court. Just relentless defensively, confident in serve, receive, cutting off players, taking pressure off her teammates.
Victoria Harris is going to step into bump set Davis. She got it in.
Smart swing by Sully Davis. That deep corner away from Gabby Rodriguez, who's that left back defender for Texas A&M.
And that's what your big arms can bring you. In a ball that is coming from someone other than a setter, it's a high ball. Everyone knows who's getting it, and she can still get a kill. That's what Sully Davis did.
There's Elle Vandeweghe. Ooh, an ace!
Elle Vandeweghe is just a freshman, but she's got a big arm. Excellent from the service line. In high school, she was a middle blocker, but she can impact a match from the service line when she rotates to the back row.
Another tough serve, and Texas A&M can't handle it. SMU hits 15 points per.
She carried a heavy load in high school, club, her first year at BYU. She's built for it, and it's her mentality. Sully's the type of player that she always wants the set. I love those players.
Right now, SMU is on a 3-0 run against the reigning national champions who lost their opener against Louisville on Friday. Here's Elle Vandeweghe. Musgrove on the move up to Natalie Ring. Harris saves it, diving into the first row. Oh, and then it can't get back over the net. Krista Wilburn tried.
What a hustle by Victoria. Harris keeps her feet on the floor, makes contact, then follows through, but she's okay. Good news for SMU, but they did not get that ball back over the net.
Yeah, the key on that play is she has to keep at least 1 foot on the playing surface when she contacts the ball. Rodriguez over to Megan Fitch. Musgrove back to Fitch. Tooling the block is Megan Fitch.
Megan Fitch is facing on the other side of the net. Favor Anyanwu is one of the most physical middle blockers in the country, but Fitch works the outside edge of the block for the A&M point.
And Mads, Megan Fitch thrust into the starting role for a second straight match with Kendall Stowers out.
And I talked to her setter, Lily Nicholson, yesterday, and she told me when Megan Fitch was asked to step up, Lily talked to her teammates, and their conversations were very intentional about every person stepping up, everyone upping their production. That way, Fitch doesn't feel like she has to fill that hole all by herself.
Yeah, it could feel like a lot of pressure having to step in for Kendall Stowers, who second straight match, Holly, not available. Musgrove backside to Eliza Sharp, who had a big match on Friday, been quiet here because it's a big block by SMU.
SMU's goal today was to serve aggressive so their block could score points. You see Gabby Placide, huge shutdown block on the left side, favor Onyanwu with the assist.
SMU 3 blocks to 1 for Texas A&M. Musgrove trying to dump over, SMU ready. Going back to Sharp. Oh, Placide can't get the approach off. Fitch, saved by Harris. Eliza Sharp.
A&M fighting for whatever they can in long rallies, and Eliza Sharp just got blocked, but comes back aggressive for Texas A&M on the over dig.
Sully Davis.
I love that choice. That time Hannah Beaufort keeps Sully Davis in system. Fantastic time to use the back row attack.
Sully Davis leading SMU with 4 kills, hitting .375 to start this match. And here's Favor Onyanwu, one of the captains for SMU this year. Fitch off the block. Megan Fitch starting to feel more comfortable.
I think after what she had to do the first night and step in a position she hadn't trained for most of preseason, and now it's like a match under her belt, she just looks more comfortable out there, especially offensively.
Yeah, playing on the left side here. We saw her train a lot in the preseason on the right side. She had 7 kills Friday. All right, Taryn Morris.
Taryn Morris on the right for Texas A&M had a fantastic match offensively the other night, but watch her defense along the net. Sets up the block, huge present, get way over the net for the block stuff.
Beaufort calling on Sully Davis out of right back.
SMU moving Sully Davis around in the backcourt. We just saw her attack out of the middle. That time she goes behind the setter on a D ball, able to score with a nice soft touch.
All right, Hannah Beaufort got SMU on a nice run last time she was behind the service line. Forced A&M to call a timeout. She's got a more aggressive serve for a setter than we normally see. Nicholson backside to Fitch. Got it off hands.
Fitch is doing a fantastic job managing her offense, tooling, using the edges of the block. This time, just high and flat. That's a big block in front of you. Fitch takes a very smart swing for A&M.
Fitch, 4 kills, no errors. Wow, Hannah Beaufort and Gabby Placide both making things happen on that.
Sometimes when the set isn't perfect and you have to make an adjustment, that's exactly what Placide did. You see her try and hang there, but again, that's a veteran. She didn't try to create something that wasn't there. Twice now, she's kept it not only in play, she scored on that.
Back to Natalie Ring. And that goes long.
SMU serving away from the freshman, Gabby Rodriguez, the bro we told you about earlier, who takes a lot of court, but in order to do so, you have to maybe take something off.
Right now, you're watching Texas A&M, who won it all last year, taking on SMU, and the Mustangs just 4 points away from taking this opening set. Natalie Ring trying to change it.
The rhythm offensively for Texas A&M looks so much better than it did in match 1. Natalie Ring getting those balls in system, and she has some seams to work through on the block.
Here's Gabby Rodriguez. Beaufort flings it back to Elle Vandeweghe.
I love that play because you got a pass that forced the setter to come on the run, coming forward. On the run, and she flings it back there. We call that a long side slide. That is a great setter-hitter combination.
Elle Vandeweghe for SMU is playing opposite, but all through high school she was middle, so she has those slide abilities to go off one foot.
And Sam Erger, her head coach, had only ever seen her play middle, but felt like she could help them on the right side. Taryn Morris goes at Wilbert in the back row. Sully Davis is blocked. It was Musgrove and Sharp.
Eliza Sharp for Texas A&M doing a really nice job laterally getting outside, closing this block, pressing over. She actually just gets assists. It's Kira Musgrove with the block on the right side.
And remember, Texas A&M running a 5-2, so Musgrove sets along the front row, Nicholson along the back, and that's a great example of why Musgrove's in the front. Because of her size, she can get up at the net.
Taryn Morris for SMU, she's one of those really trouble servers because it looks different sometimes every time she serves. You really can't get a rhythm off of it.
SMU is going to call a timeout here as Texas A&M get... A&M on a 3-0 run right now. It's got to go back over. Musgrove's going to take it. Sully Davis, tip. Natalie, ring to the floor.
But that is what a setter attack on the second ball will do. Now it didn't score. Musgrove's attack didn't score, but what it did is it put those blockers on high alert. So the next time she can set away and get one-on-one for her outside hitter, and you know Ring is going to deliver there.
In that whole transition opportunity created with the tough serve down the line, getting SMU out of system.
First time we've been tied since it's 7-all, and as soon as I say that, we are no longer tied. SMU needs 2 more points to win this set. And Taryn Morris leading A&M on that 4-0 run to get them back in this set. Elle Vandeweghe, they love her serve. She's got a couple of aces. And I'll take the blame for that one.
But you know, Courtney, you cannot, no matter what kind of drill you put your team in practice, you can't simulate the pressure that these young players feel in this moment. It's a great learning moment for your young players.
Yeah, remember, SMU's very first match of the season, and they're facing the reigning national champion. A&M got to play on Friday against Louisville. Oh, there it is, Sully Davis. It's set point SMU.
SMU handles this pass, puts it right in Beaufort's hands, and then Gabby Placide, you see her work hard and fast through that scene. Excuse me, Sully Davis with the kill.
Now Davis will serve for the set. Musgrove on the run, has to go to Fitch. Tools the block.
Fitch has been excellent using the edges of the block, tooling, finding ways to score points for her team.
Do you think Megan Fitch had a lot of practice against the blockers that she faced a year ago in the A&M gym learning that shot?
You have to be creative to find points for sure.
Have to win by 2. Gabby Placide. She can tool the block too, and it's second set point SMU. Favor on Yanwu will serve.
Wouldn't be surprised if A&M goes with Ring out of the back row here.
Number 17 in maroon. Musgrove going to the middle.
Or not.
With Kaya Castle.
The reason they're able to run that quick middle attack is because of the perfect pass. And then the blocker jumps with the setter wide open, Kaya Castle, number 19.
Now you know why you like to have tall setters playing in the front row. And again, she swung early on. It didn't create a kill, Musgrove's second ball attack. But look how it's in the heads of the SMU blockers, especially the middles.
Beaufort going back row to Sully Davis. Kaya Castle. Rodriguez saved it off the block. Krista Wilburn, who rotated to the front row.
Krista Wilburn's got a big arm for SMU, a ball control player, but they like to use her in the back row. Now will stay in the front row for the end of this match and takes a big swing, getting that ball to drop in front of Gabby Rodriguez on the other side.
Third set point, SMU. Rodriguez, perfect pass. And SMU takes that first set 27-25. What a battle to start the season for the Mustangs.
I think as a coach, as hard as you work in practice, just flush it.
Worked out for Mary, three-time National Coach of the Year. Second set here in Milwaukee, and Texas A&M is going to come out and get the point.
Natalie Ring is another player for A&M who is high volume. The more she hits the ball, the more opportunities she gets more comfortable, and she definitely looks better tonight than she did the other night.
What's different about her as she gets a block?
I feel like she's in a better rhythm with her setters, and that's really important. She's playing off two different setters, so getting comfortable, and that plays into your block. When you're hitting well and in a rhythm, your block, your rhythm with your players next to you, Kaya Castle's excited about that one.
Natalie Ring was a All-American at Marquette. And Jamie Morrison told us the heaviest arm that he has had in the gym. What a get in the transfer portal for A&M. Nicholson back to Castle in the middle. Ring out a system swing. Beaufort up to Sully Davis. Natalie Ring, back corner.
What a turn down the line by Natalie Ring. The SMU block had moved in to try and take more of the meat of the court away, forcing her to hit down the line, and Ring says, yes, thank you.
So what you see in that swing is both her hitter vision and the technique to be able to create and get the kill, using both.
8 kills, hitting .462 for Natalie Ring. Anything over 300 would be solid. All right, Hannah Beaufort, get in there. Rodriguez takes the pass. Lily Nicholson out to Natalie Ring. Looking for hands, won't get it.
Early on in this match, Elle Vandoy went to the back line for SMU and took them on a 3-0 run. She's got the capability with her hybrid serve. She puts tons of pop on it to score points for SMU.
Every time we talk about it,
I'm not going to talk about anybody else's serve today.
You weren't wrong. There was a lot of power behind that.
Yes.
Maybe too much.
It's like the free throw jinx in basketball.
Guys, I promise, coaches aren't worried about what you're saying
Yeah.
as your players are serving.
Oh, good pass from Victoria Harris on Yanwu has to tip. Kaya Castle Beaufort up to Sully Davis. And waiting is the Texas A&M block. Was that Musgrove again?
Musgrove.
That was Musgrove. And what a great confidence boost for your young setter to be able to help her team point scoring with blocking. And on a tight ball, blockers have the advantage. She took the advantage.
Davis tipping over the block. Musgrove's going to go backside to Taryn Morris. Davis. Natalie Ring, roll shot. It's going over. Natalie Ring is there. Let's go back 2 points ago and see that block from Kira Musgrove, the second for the setter. Ref cam right here.
Fantastic footwork to get outside, and it's the quick press over the net. Kira Musgrove with her hands to take that line away from Sully Davis.
3-0 run for the Aggies. Anyanwu.
SMU wants to get Favor Anyanwu involved in the offense as much as possible. She's such a physical athlete, can hit over the block, big arm. And when your middles get more sets, they're just dialed in and they're hungrier to block balls as well.
Anyanwu was an honorable mention All-American last year and set an SMU record with 178 blocks. That was 5th in the nation. So Wilburn, just a misconnection.
That's one of the hardest things for outside hitters. They're so anxious to go, but that ball is coming the long distance. It's coming all the way across the court, and teaching your player, wait. You'd rather be late and swing fast than be early and slow.
Coming over. Megan Fitch. Krista Wilburn inside, dug up by Rodriguez. Musgrove running sharp on the slide.
This is a transition play we saw from A&M 2 nights ago, and it's Eliza Sharp on the slide. Kira Musgrove pushes it fast out to that pin, and Sharp, quick arm down that line, beating the block.
A 5-1 run for Texas A&M. Service error, Natalie Ring. Favor Anyanwu. Rodriguez, perfect pass. Stop me if you've heard that before. But Krista Wilburn, advantage at the net.
Fast hands over the net as a blocker. That's the key. Obviously, the good lineup. But right now, Texas A&M in a 2-hitter rotation where they've got Eliza Sharp on the backside. Krista Wilburn knew exactly where that ball was going.
Eliza Sharp, cross court on the slide.
And the repeat set, I like it. Give your middle attacker confidence. She just got blocked, but that time turns it sharp angle for Texas A&M.
Natalie Ring carrying the load right now for Texas A&M. 9 kills, the rest of the team is combined for 11. And she's doing it at a pretty good clip, 375. That one sails long on Margot Manning.
Well, Holly made that point earlier about Natalie Ring looking more comfortable, and you just have to wonder what it was like her coming back to Wisconsin that first night playing Friday. She truly looks like the player we saw a year ago in this match right now.
I would agree.
A player that had a career-high 29 kills in the second round of the tournament against Louisville when she was playing at Marquette last year.
What nut by Gabby Rodriguez on the serve that trickled off the net. Rodriguez able to keep it alive. She's in that right back spot, but tracks it off the net, slides under it, gives her team a fighting chance, but unable to convert.
That look, first look, a super cool one for our rough cam. Man, I'm loving Kira Musgrove, guys. She can do it all in the front row.
Kira Musgrove's got that offensive mindset, and it's 6'2". She's a lefty. She should. When you've only got 2 hitters in the front row, you have to be able to attack.
Now she's in the back row to serve. Here comes Wilburn. Natalie Ring can't control it. Heavy heat coming from Krista Wilburn.
And good decision by Beaufort to just keep that ball close to her, not try and push it all the way across the court. Wilburn knows how to execute on that right side.
Serve for the Mustangs, Krista Wilburn.
Wilburn steps back to serve. And an ace for Krista Wilburn. Guys, this is a player that 2 years ago reclassified so she could enroll a full year early to come to SMU. Now in her second season with the Mustangs.
Scored a whole bunch of aces for them last year, and I can see why. This is nasty coming off her hand.
She had 7 aces in 1 match. LSU has not forgotten that. Just long. SMU took the first set 27-25. It took them 3 set points to close that one out, and A&M has been in the lead most of the second set. SMU creeping up. Taryn Morris out of the net. Solo stop by Gabby Placide.
I love that SMU can use Gabby Placide on the right or the left. She's versatile in a one-on-one block. It's different eye work to block the other side of the court, but look at the handworks turning the hands back into the court.
That right side, that opposite, that's where she played a year ago at Ole Miss. I guarantee you teams in the SEC remember that blocker.
She played in the opposite at Ole Miss, and we saw her on the left side at the outside hitter position at Northern Colorado, where she was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year. And guess what? She can return next year now and play again.
Oh, and I love it. On that play, she started inside. She was close to the middle. She assisted as a right side blocker against the middle attack. Yeah, you're not going to see that with young right side players.
SMU with its first lead. They're on a 4-1 run. Hello, block!
SMU made the adjustment after the first set. Krista Wilburn is playing opposite Sully Davis. Now Gabby Placide on the right side, and her block presence has been fantastic. Favor Onyanwu with the close.
And Texas A&M calling time out as Onyanwu said, let's go, keep going. We'll take you inside the A&M and the Jeep AVCA First Serve. It has been a weekend of matches with 8 of the top 12 teams in the nation. 10 teams total competing this weekend over 4 days. Nicholson backside to Taryn Morris. Victoria Harris giving everything. And now she's going to bump set Sully Davis. Oh, Natalie Ring. But we're all dying up here with Victoria Harris laying out.
The foot speed on Victoria Harris is incredible to watch. Look at that. And then the lift with her left hand, bringing it back into the court. What a play for SMU.
Mary, did you have to scout her when you were at Florida?
Very much so. Victoria started at South Carolina. I've seen those plays starting her freshman year.
Wow. A&M defense crumbling there.
What I love about Victoria's game, Victoria Harris, the libero for SMU, is she was always that really fast defender, but her passing game has improved so much, and I think it's such a great lesson for young players. It's not just one part of the game. You want to be a bro, you got to do it all.
Gabby Placide serves at Gabby Rodriguez. There's Harris sliding in. Beaufort going up to Sully Davis. Wow, ricocheting off the block across the court. And SMU coming from behind. They're up in set 2 after already winning set 1.
And you counter that with somebody with the bro who is that fast and can poach balls. You better bring speed behind the service line.
And Gabby Placide is the one that's serving right now. A&M led by as many as 4 in this set. Rodriguez going to set up Natalie Ring. And it's stopped by this SMU block and Hannah Beaufort. Well, Texas A&M just had to call a timeout. Madison, what'd you hear?
It was a lot on serve, receive, and passing and defense. Coach said keep passing in the middle of that triangle. And then he said cover your attackers, like we just saw right there. He said cover your attackers, pop it straight up. So a lot on ball control and relentless defense.
Taryn Morris.
That's what I think A&M needs to see more of. Let's get the ball more to Morris. She had a really good night on Friday. I just feel like she's not getting enough looks as she needs.
Yeah, I think balance for Texas A&M. We saw a lot of kills out of the middle and the right side 2 nights ago. We've seen a lot of Natalie Ring, but more balance will help them.
Yeah, Natalie Ring is 22 swings. Taryn Morris just 8. Favor on Yanwu trying to go behind the setter, and Ring roofs it.
Natalie Ring, the left front blocker, moves inside to help Eliza Sharp on this big swing from Favor on Yanwu.
She made it look easy, but I gotta tell you, as a left side blocker, to have that kind of vision and pick up the route of the middle, that's advanced.
Good view from our ref cam. And a service error by Taryn Morris. Going to 25 here. SMU took the first set, but it took extra points. They won 27-25. Sully Davis leading SMU in kills today with 8, and now she'll serve. Musgrove back over. Krista Wilburn unloads.
That was the goal for SMU. Let's avoid the bro and get a medium pass, and they were able to do that and convert.
Because she has a freshman setter as opposed to the veteran they had last year. Now, Texas A&M just had to call their final timeout. Madison, what'd you hear?
Coach Morrison trying to fire his team up. He said regardless of the score, we need to come out with extra communication and way more energy.
Yeah, SMU's on a 14-6 run right now. A&M's got to stop it. A big joust at the net. Roll shot from Ring. Hannah Beaufort up to a flying Sully Davis. She dropped it in.
Hannah Beaufort made a really good decision there. She had established her pins and looked down the middle. One-on-one, Sully Davis against Sharp, and that's advantage hitter.
Keep passing in the triangle.
Sharp off of 1 foot.
Favor on Yanwu for SMU, just patrolling the net. She is so quick laterally, has big, strong hands, and they are over the net in your face when you're attacking.
Guys, it is now a 16-6 run for SMU, and they've had 7 blocks during that time.
Yeah, you'd love it if your team can even get close to 3 blocks per set. And here is SMU with 7. Are you kidding?
Service error ends 4 straight points for SMU.
That's okay.
Amari Hernandez is going to come and serve for Texas A&M. And they're going to call SMU out of rotation. There's certain areas you have to line up before the serve crosses the net or before the serve is contacted, and they were in the wrong position.
And you see this every once in a while in that early season matches, especially when you're playing with so many different players. You see that overlap? Yeah.
Sharp on the slide. Beaufort trying to get aggressive. Same for Musgrove. How about the attacking setters? Onyanwu.
Favor Onyanwu on the right side. She can hit a higher ball. She's super versatile. And by spreading that offense, it creates a seam in the block. Really smart choices by Hannah Beaufort, especially in transition.
Guys, Texas A&M is hitting 0 in this set.
Tough serving, fantastic blocking by SMU, puts all sorts of pressure on the Texas A&M offense and serve receive.
A&M had a 4-point lead, and then SMU hit the gas. Margot Manning. Beaufort to Sully Davis. Oh, eaten up by Kaya Castle.
That was well read by the block. As Beaufort, the SMU setter, had to back up, she made the easier set where earlier that might have gone against SMU, and it actually, in that situation, made it really easy for A&M to block.
Krista Wilburn, we're seeing her more in this set, get some swings in the front row.
Krista Wilburn has a fantastic arm. We saw her serve and score from the back line, but she can get up and look at her get on top of the ball to the deep corner. That's a smart swing by Wilburn, number 4 in blue.
54 miles per hour on that swing from Krista Wilburn. Just long from Beaufort.
But SMU right now has Gabby Placide in the front row for 3 rotations. And as well as she played the last time, bodes well for them.
That's number 15 in blue. Near side of your screen, tipping that ball. There's a net violation on Texas A&M.
That's a break for SMU. They were out of system, and Texas A&M had the chance to transition for a point. Unfortunate for the Aggies.
Mustangs.
That ball will be blocked. But instead, she went up, went high, tipped for a kill.
Her 10th kill of the match. Net violation on Texas A&M, so SMU is up 2-0 on the reigning national champion. The Mustangs trailed by 4 in this set before they took over. SMU starts with the serve, and it's Krista Wilburn. Taryn Morris on the right. Sully Davis looking for cross court. She's got 11 kills now.
What a swing in transition, and it starts because Krista Wilburn bombs her serve, gets A&M a medium pass, and then the defense is able to score. This is the rhythm that they found in that second set.
You see her tagging the line thanks to our friends at Bolt 6 on the replay. Natalie Ring with a tip, dug up by Beaufort. Gabby Placide. Natalie Ring inside the court, finds middle back. We saw Texas A&M totally change in set 3 in their first match.
Natalie Ring working through the seam of the block, transition set inside, but Ring doing the work to get there and find a seam.
Beaufort backside to Placide. We said it, she can swing on either pin.
And I love that she took a high swing because there's a pretty big block across from her, but just a good decision offensively.
Gabby Placide, second for SMU right now with 6 kills. She also has 4 blocks. Taryn Morris gets a touch.
Look for Texas A&M to get their middles going and right sides more. I think that will really take the pressure off those left side players who've been carrying the offense for Texas A&M and give them more balance.
Yeah, it's been Natalie Ring with those 11 kills and Megan Fitch, who had to step in. Second match in a row. No Kendall Stowers, who was a starter on last year's championship team. She is out with a back injury. Oh, Kira Musgrove getting aggressive from the setting position.
And we've seen that a few times. I think the change that SMU needs to make is when the ball is tight is that they have to, what we call commit block. You jump when she jumps. Force her to set those tight passes.
It's kind of like a mobile quarterback in football. It's always in the back of the defense's mind that they can take off and make a play with their legs. Same thing with an offensive setter. So many times we've talked about the new pieces for Texas A&M, but man, a lot of new pieces for SMU too. 8 new faces, 4 transfers. They lost 9 from last year's team that went to its very first round of 16. What a dig by Victoria Harris. So many times have I said that, I love it.
And the transition back to Favor Anamu, because she didn't have time to go back in front, she stayed wide and was able to swing for a kill on the right side.
And that's one of the things I like about the versatility of Favor Anyanwu. She can hit a higher in transition when there's a medium dig or a medium pass.
Musgrove going to Castle behind. Suli Davis flying out of the back row. Musgrove now to Megan Finch down the line, dug up by Sarah Frazee. Another one of SMU's captains. Finch cross court. Suli Davis, dug by Rodriguez. Oh, dropping it in is Megan Fitch.
Different than last year, but these players are stepping up and we're seeing new opportunities like Hannah Beaufort, who's doing a fantastic job running this offense, keeping her middles involved and running her offense with some balance.
And once you know the setter would do that two-handed shoot or would dump on 2, when the middle is serving, you don't think those smart setters with all that game don't look back and see who's serving on the other side. Can that middle pick up this tip?
Holly, do you want to make the call or do you want me to?
You can.
2 shoot. We love it. That's Ellie Moore on the serve now for SMU. There's another one of those transfers we just showed you coming over from Kansas.
Wilburn all over that. Big presence is a left side blocker. She's been able to get a couple solo blocks. Look at the timing and handwork, shutting down that angle attack with her right hand.
Megan Fitch looking to go cross court. She'll get it. Touch called. Megan Fitch has 7 kills, 7 digs. Now here's one of the 2 setters Texas A&M is using, Kira Musgrove. Beaufort on the run to Wilburn. Musgrove back to Fitch. Ooh.
So is SMU going to have to make an adjustment with their block? Because that's 2 swing, sharp angle kills by Fitch that they might just be overrunning the block a little bit. But good for Fitch to be able to come up with that adjustment here in the set.
And a service error by Texas A&M puts SMU back up by 2. Still going to 25 points here in set 3. A&M has to win this set in order to extend the match. Hannah Beaufort with her power punch serve. Eliza Sharp in the middle is shut down by Natalia Newsom.
A&M is trying to get their middles going, but the block moves, and those are one-on-one block stuffs for SMU. Those are impressive.
SMU 11 blocks in this match. Service error. Ooh, that was so fast. Ring had to track it down. The block was waiting of Wilburn. Better approach for Natalie Ring, but it's long.
You can tell a setter's getting more comfortable running the offense when you're running a gap set to your middle in the middle of a rally. And Beaufort just got Newsom that ball on the gap set. I love that connection and that confidence she's gaining.
I mean, these first few live game reps for a freshman setter, very critical.
Absolutely. And again, as we said earlier, you can't recreate that stress and that environment in practice, no matter what your drill and your scoring looks like. It's the teachable moments that happen in a match. And Holly's right. Beaufort wasn't in an easy position to set the middle. She got a little risky there and delivered.
You heard Sam Erger tell Madison they are constantly communicating about choices when it comes to Hannah Beaufort throughout the match, and I don't think that ever stops talking to your setter.
No, it doesn't, but to what degree? And what I love about it is Sam Erger doesn't have to talk to her about technical things right now. Beaufort's just setting so well, she's only discussing tactical.
Julie Davis looking for line, a bit too long. First time we've been tied since it was 3-all.
Gabby Rodriguez on the back line, very aggressive-minded server, and she's been able to take A&M on a serving run.
And SMU is going to have to call a timeout because the Aggies are on this 3. They return a lot from that team that made it all the way to the championship match, ended up being swept by Texas A&M. Pancake by Victoria Harris. No, they say it fell down. Oh, and Victoria Harris is still down on the floor. And Georgia Tower is the athletic trainer for SMU. See, she's moving that right foot, but Victoria Harris has laid her body out for this team today, all over the court.
And she has done so throughout her career. I'd really like to see her get up. Oh.
Going for the pancake, and you can just tell when she lifted her head up, something wasn't feeling great with that right lower leg.
Good news for SMU.
Oh, you want toughness in all your players, but especially in that position for a libero. How about shaking it off and staying out there? Much to love in the two liberos in this match.
I'm not able to see anything. You can see that she grabs that right leg. She's still in there.
Harris, like you said, grabbing that calf, they stretched her out a little bit. She chewed on a little bit of a banana, had some water, and she has been smiling, so it looks like all is good.
And Matt, she's about to go back and serve. SMU just ended a 4-0 run by Texas A&M. Nicholson flinging it back to Taryn Morris. How about another block? Favor on Yanwu.
Oh, the block set up by the pins, meaning the players closest to the antenna. That is so key in great blocking. Sully Davis puts herself in the right position that allows the middle to close. That all starts with the positioning of your pin blocker.
Oh, Sully Davis is on it with her defense.
Service pressure creating points at the net for the big front line of SMU, and that's one of the ways they want to play. They want to attack you from the service line and put all sorts of pressure on you with their block.
Into the middle with Castle. Gabby Placide setting up a Davis, ending a 3-0 run for the Mustangs. We're seeing them trade point runs here. Texas A&M had a 4-0 run. SMU answered with 3 straight points. Gabby Placide, right side. Here's Natalie Ring off the block. Harris is there. Anyanwu, middle of the court.
Beaufort is looking so much more confident than earlier in this match, running 3 gap sets and connecting in transition. Look at the high-flying Anyanwu.
I got you.
And also Natalia Newsom, very effective on that set as well.
Free ball back to SMU thanks to their block. Oh, it's still in play. 2 big block touches there for SMU, and then Sully Davis tools the A&M block.
What a rally. You know, talked earlier about being in the right position, but also how strong are you with your hands above the net?
12 blocks in this match for SMU through 3 sets. Texas A&M has to win this set to advance the match into a 4th set, and Natalie Ring gets a kill.
That time Natalie Ring keeps that swing high. You cannot hit low seam versus favor, and keeps that high, rattles it through the block for an A&M point, and A&M needs to put some pressure back on SMU with a tough serve.
Perfect pass from Harris. Sully Davis just getting after it on the line.
A&M not putting enough pressure on SMU with their serve. They need to yo-yo them, short, deep, hit the seams.
Sully Davis leading all attackers in this match with 14 kills. Kara Musgrove out to Megan Fitch. Favor on Anyanwu. Roofed.
When Favor Anyanwu is feeling her game and in the zone, she touches every ball, patrolling the net for SMU. The strong hand press over the net, beautiful.
Averaged almost a block and a half per set last year, was 5th in the nation in total blocks.
And that block pressure that SMU is putting on A&M is creating those unforced hitting errors. A&M hitting the ball out of bounds.
Largest lead for the Mustangs. If they win this set, then the match is over. Remember, this is their first match of the season. Well, we've seen Favor Anyanwu put up some big blocks, but Madison, I hear she's a pretty good recruiter too.
Yes, she is. Okay, fun story here. Jaden Livings and Favor Anyanwu recruited Sully in high school to switch clubs from Drive Nation to their team at T.
Volleyball too. Great players want to play with other great players. Your players can be your best recruiters, and that's clearly Sam Erger does a terrific job. But boy, she's got to go with her players recruiting.
Yeah, I don't think she minds the help, especially if it means you get Sully Davis, who is leading them in kills today and is expected to carry a big load throughout the season. SMU on an 8-2 run since Texas A&M led 11-10 in this set. Megan Fitch.
Fitch continues to impress me for A&M. We saw her early in this match working the edges of the block, then some sharp angle. That time the block from SMU moved inside and she goes crossbody down that line. So Fitch really growing up in this game for A&M.
And she has had to. There are 2 matches to start the season. She has been thrown in the starting lineup because Kendall Stowers out with a back injury.
You know, sometimes when you're in that position where you're playing for a regular starter, you're just going on adrenaline. As a coach, you get a little worried about too much time thinking about it. They've had, that 24 hours for A&M to be able to understand the reality of it, and Fitch actually has gotten better. I give her a lot of credit for her response.
She's got 9 kills today, hitting over 300. Natalie Ring out of the back row. Musgrove goes back to Fitch. Block is there. Fitch take 2. Saved by Ellie Moore. Free ball back to the Aggies. They set Fitch a 3rd time, and she gets a touch on it. Kendall Stowers, the only returning starter from A&M's national championship run last year, has missed the first 2 matches now with that back issue. We don't know the severity or a timeline of when she'll be back. Eliza Sharp unloading Sully Davis with 1 hand. Krista Wilburn finishes it.
The reaction time of Sully Davis. Those balls were flying by her. She sticks her arm out twice in a row to keep the ball alive for SMU, and they are able to win the court. You see the celebration, the defensive effort, impressive.
Sam Erger told us that Krista Wilburn has been so consistent for them, and man, they have needed her today. Karen Morris off of the block.
Morris takes a swing on the left side for A&M, going high and flat. She knows how effective the SMU block has been.
And that allows, by that siding out, gets Natalie Ring to the front row. For A&M to make the run, this is, I believe, it's ring time.
I like that, ring time. Number 17 in maroon. They'll try to run Natalia Newsome, and A&M shuts it down. Here come the Aggies.
That's okay. Beaufort's been running that with a lot of success. I like the idea.
Beaufort on the move, setting up Placide.
Beautiful delivery. Love the location. Beaufort at the 3-meter line, but able to feed that in-system ball to Placide on the left. You see on the run, beautiful. It just hangs up there and the hitter goes up and delivers.
What's even better about that, Holly, is Sam Erger in a timeout in the first set talked about that. If it's a pass off the net, put a little bit of height. We used to call it, give it a little love. Let your hitter do the work. That is exactly what she's doing now in this 3rd set.
Gabby Placide tooling the block. SMU 3 points away from taking the match.
This SMU offense in the 3rd set hitting .357. They are just getting better as this match goes on.
Natalie Ring readjusting, dug up by Wilburn. Julie Davis, hammer! And Texas A&M will use its final timeout.
Hannah Beaufort comfortable going to all her players. She's established her middle. That holds the block a little bit late. Sully Davis crushes that ball down the line for SMU. Think they're having any fun?
I think so.
You know, during the recruiting back in the club days, watching Sully Davis, you would see an entire convention center gather around her court, coaches that aren't even recruiting her anymore because she's already committed. She was that much fun to watch. There would be like 6 deep to watch her team play when she was 16. Wow. She's been that player.
Wow, and then last year, the Big 12 Player of the Year and All-American at home state of Texas. And playing for a program that Sam Erger has turned into some Mustang muscle before and after Sam. Since Sam has taken over, 3 25-win seasons, 13 ranked wins, 3 NCAA tournament appearances. They had only made the tournament 2 times before Sam took over this program. She knows the type of player that she wants and what it takes to win. And she's trying to start this season off with a ranked win. Taryn Morris to the floor. Margot Manning trying to get the Aggies on a run here. SMU 2 points away. Beaufort going to Placide. Tough to stop that. It is match point.
Love the rhythm, the tempo, the delivery, and you see the confidence Beaufort has for SMU, setting up every attacker on the court. She's not avoiding the tough set. She's going for it and delivering.
Gabby Placide will serve for the match. Castle on the slide. Anyanwu saved it. Sully Davis with a tip. Castle reaching behind. It's going over. Natalie Ring. Second match point on the way for SMU. Natalie Ring behind the service line. Beaufort. Wow, what a way to win the match. SMU comes out in their opener and sweeps the reigning national champion Texas